Welcome to the Daily Scripture. This is Father Matthew. The Gospel according to Mark chapter 6. When the Sabbath came, Jesus began to teach in their synagogue, and many who heard him were astonished. They said, "Where did this man get all this? Is he not the carpenter, the son of Mary?" And they took offense at him. Yes, violence has been the last refuge of the incompetent. When all other options fail, we resort to racism and violence out of frustration. Insecurity is certainly an ugly thing. It makes them hate people they don't even know. This is very true. Our first reading is from the book of Ezekiel, a book that was written some 575 or so years before Jesus. If you put the words of Ezekiel chapter 2 in the mouth of Jesus, it would read something like this. God the Father told me, "Son of man, we are sending you to the Israelites, rebels who have rebelled against us. They and their ancestors have revolted against us to this very day. Hard of face and obstinate of heart are they, to whom we are sending you. They may stone you, they may crucify you, they may kill you, for they act as if they are the owners of this vineyard. But we shall send more and more servants before we send you, our only begotten Son, as heir of the vineyard." If Jesus would give a daily report to the Godhead, today's report would read something like this. When the Sabbath came, I began to teach in their synagogue, and many who heard me were astonished. They said, "Where did this man get all this? What kind of wisdom has been given to him? What mighty deeds are wrought by his hands? Is he not the carpenter, the son of Mary, and the brother of James and Joseph, and Judas and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us?" And they took offense at me. And I told them, "A prophet is not without honor except in his native place, and among his own kin, and in his own house." So I was not able to perform any mighty deed there, apart from curing a few sick people by laying my hands on them. I was amazed at their lack of faith. At this, God the Father said, "Show them that our grace is sufficient. The power of Godhead will dwell in you. So be content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and constraints for the sake of the Godhead." This is St. Paul, his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 12, our second reading. God allows thorns in our lives to convince us that it's not on our merit, but on his grace. People of Nazareth, Jesus' own hometown, they despised him as a son of a carpenter. But why was Jesus born into a poor carpenter family, not into a priestly or a royal family? Why was Jesus born in the Middle East, not in the Americas or Australia or Europe, not in Italy, not in Ireland, Spain, Africa or India? Why did Jesus choose poor and uneducated fishermen as disciples? What configuration would have given him more acceptance? Why did God refuse such an acceptance, first of all? In order to identify with all those who have some kind of thorns in their lives, as St. Paul would say. Many of the first Christians were Jewish. However, Mark's community was mostly a Gentile community. They have been experiencing persecution and discrimination. Mark reassured his community by showing them how Jesus was rejected. People all over the world will find one or other reason, race or caste or something else, to despise each other. Jews despised Jesus, Catholics despised Protestants, and Puritans despised Catholics. In the church of the one who accepted tax collectors and sinners, we despise each other for numerous reasons. Yes, we are sometimes hard of face and obstinate of heart. Ezekiel chapter 2. We just celebrated Independence Day. Can we ever be liberated like Jesus, who accepted everyone? May we never lack the faith necessary to see God in our sisters and brothers around us. People hate you for one of 3 reasons, it is said. They hate themselves, they want to be you, or they see you as a threat. Jesus seemed to be a threat. If you are despised like Jesus, whether it be for your gender or race or profession or whatever, see if you can say like Paul in his second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 12, our reading today, that I, Paul, might not become too elated because of the abundance of the revelations. A thorn in the flesh was given to me, an angel of Satan, to beat me, to keep me from being too elated. 3 times I begged the Lord about this, that it might leave me, but he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. Yes, throughout our life, people will make us mad, disrespect us, and treat us bad. Let God deal with the things they do, because hate in our heart will consume us too. God bless you and have a great day.